Gemini Rising, welcome here to Soul Passages Astrology. My name is Georgia Dempsey. I'm your astrologer, and I love you guys. You guys remind me of that movie, Forrest Gump, and that line where he says, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." And of course, I would add to that you want to try a bite out of every single chocolate in the box just so you get the full experience. Am I right? Well, this is exciting, and we are going to delve into some fun stuff for February 2016. This is a general focus reading. If you have some big life questions, especially regarding career or health, or you feel like you need some more specific coaching tailored to your natal chart, you can use the information at the beginning of my video. Give me a call and we can set up an hour-long reading. And I am going to run an awesome special from now till February 1, where I'm going to do an hour-long reading for $50. So that is rocking. So if you've got some big life questions on your mind, you feel like you need some help, definitely feel free to give me a call. Well, now we're going to jump right into February, and we're going to start with February 3rd. Mars is in Scorpio right now. That's a pretty deep psychological sign. It can also have some sensual sizzle to it. But for you right now, that's really highlighting your 6th house. And that 6th house oversees your daily work schedule, your daily projects, your co-workers, unions, pets, and it's also the mind-body health house. And so it has everything to do with your mind-body-spirit connection and your diet and how you're doing physically. So very important house. Also, it has to do with being of service to the world. So that's another thing to throw into the mix there. So right now, I think, your 6th house is one of those places that's really heated up right now. And with Mars there, you could be feeling a lot of drive to get projects done, certainly a busy schedule right now. And you might also be finding yourself trying to delve into what makes coworkers tick, trying to figure them out on a psychological level. These would all be good ways to manifest that energy. Now, if you're not as aware of it or thinking about it, you could also stir things up at this time, and that wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. You don't want to stir up the stuff with coworkers right now. And one of the reasons I say this is because stirring the pot at work could definitely hamper partnerships for you right now, and also have an impact on your finances. And the reason I say this is because on the 3rd, Saturn will be conjunct the moon in your 7th house. Now, this is kind of a serious tone, an emotional tone in your relationship department. And this rules not only lovers, but business partners. And so you may be feeling kind of like you have emotional body armor on right now with someone who is within your inner circle. And this Mars energy could be impacting some of that. Also, you've got a lot of real heavy hitters sitting up in your 8th house. Mercury, Venus, and Pluto. And Pluto's an ass kicker. And the 8th house is kind of an ass kicker. It rules over other people's money. So things like 401ks, joint financing with your lovers, joint financing with business partners, also loans and inheritances, taxes, sex and taboos as well, and even the big divides that we face in our lives. So life, birth, death, major events. And so when the eighth house gets stirred up with a lot of things, big things can happen. It's also a very transformative house, and so whenever you have planets in the eighth house, you have the ability to transform some aspect of what is going on in your world. And so right now, I'm going to challenge you to use that Martian energy, that passion, desire, drive, to focus it on working on healthy, happy relationships at work, because there is a sextile with that Mars up into that eighth house. So having good relationships at work helps you with your 401k and your pension. So, that's a good thing. And also healing yourself, mind, body, spirit. That makes you a better person. That helps you also with your closest partnerships. So those are things to think of. Now, for some of you, you may actually even be taking care of someone who is sick at home. That's another option. And if so, I hope that everything goes great and that your loved one gets well. So those are just a few of the things that you've got going on right now. But I do sense that you're pretty doggone busy. Your schedule is probably zooming and you've got a lot on your plate. So take care of your own health. Mars in that sixth house could be start a serious exercise regime. There's so much stress these days at work, and you have to take time for yourself. It's good to eat whole foods. It's good to get out, get exercise. It's good to do meditation or relax your mind. Whatever it is you need to do, all of those things make you more solid in yourself, and being more solid helps you to earn more money, right? So another reason I'm getting all of this work-related energy is because you've got that Mars again in your house of work, and it's trining Chiron up in your house of career. So you've got the wounded healer sitting in your house of career in your most public area of your chart. And so somehow I'm getting a sense that you're feeling wounded at work. Like maybe you haven't gotten quite where you've wanted to be, or maybe, your health is just impacting you, and that's visible on the worldly stage right now. But if you are feeling like this, all I can say is do the work in terms of the relationships and the health practices, and those things will help you to do better in your career. And right now you've got an absolutely awesome time to delve into things in your fourth house, which is opposite your career sector, and it's all about your psychological roots. So it's a good time if you have a mind, body, spirit split, or maybe you have some old psychological baggage or tapes that you inherited from growing up. Maybe these are somehow hurting you. You have the universe's absolute blessings to work on those things, to go back into the past, go back into your family background, and begin some healing there. And because that fourth house forms the basement of who you are, on which you stand, that healing that helps you to be, the best that you can be in the world. So again, the thought of health does come forward for me. And, if something isn't going quite right at work, my best advice to you is not to hold a grudge. If you got passed over for a raise or somehow are feeling undervalued, you're going to have to work your way through that. I do sense that somehow you're seeking some kind of binding contracts or commitments, either at work or with your health. And that's because that Mars in that sixth house is conjunct or closely saddled up to Juno. And Juno rules over all things feminine, including childbirth, marriage, commitments, and contracts. So maybe you've been working as a temporary person and you're trying to seal the deal. You want something more firm out of the company so that you feel more valued. You know, that's one way this could pan out. And if so, again, work on the relationships. That will help you to increase your standing with the business. Or maybe that energy is telling you it's time to get serious about your own health. You need to set up routines, binding routines that get you to a level of health and wellness where you want to be. So all of this is possible right now. Now, if you're feeling like, wow, no matter what I do, it's just not working for me in that career sector, you have an opportunity this month to rethink your life path and your direction in the world. And I encourage you to do that because I've seen people, you know, that stay and stay and stay and stay, doing something they really don't want to do that's not really working out. And of course, that makes you miserable, right? And when that not only makes you miserable, but it tends to make everybody else miserable as well. And so change can be a very positive thing. And you might be wanting to break a contract that is binding you, pull your money out of the 401k, and possibly even start a home business right now. And I say that because Mars has sometimes the urge to merge, right? But Mars can also have the desire to cut, to sever. You know, you might be fired up and angry and just say, enough, we've had enough. And that's okay, you know. Right now, you've got a lot of positive energy coming from your 8th house of joint finances that could actually help you set up a home business. So this is all good things. But anyhow, I do see on the 3rd of February, you have some serious emotional tones going on in that 7th house with Saturn conjunct the moon. And this is sextiling, which is like an easy conversation between planets. It is sextiling your transiting Aquarius sun up there in the 9th. So the serious tone is hitting, you know, some pretty interesting part of your chart. It's in the 9th house, so there could be some legal issues that are coming up. It's also got to do with other cultures, world views, religions. And so, you know, are you having some sort of split or divide with partnerships over one of those things? Maybe you're thinking, oh, it's just not working where I am. And you could be thinking about going back to school to get a higher education. All that's possible. Or you could be saying, wow, I've had enough. It's time to go on a long trip, heal myself, and then get with a new plan when I get back. So these are the kinds of things that are stewing for you right now. But do watch for, you know, some legal matters with long-term business partners or someone who's very close to you. And I know sometimes we feel like we have to have that emotional body armor on, and there may be some good reasons for that. But I will say, if you keep that body armor on and don't enable some sort of softening or ability to talk to people and work things out, that's not going to be so good. So just keep that in mind. Now on February 5th, we've got that martial energy quincunxing Uranus. So Uranus is up in your 11th house of long-term plans. And so you may be feeling like you want to break free right now. Uranus in Aries is like having rocket fuel strapped to your ass. You either want to get it done or figure out a new way to make things happen because you're fired up and you want things to go right now. And with those two energies not flowing real well, you could be facing some changing circumstances in terms of your long-range plans, and that's okay. I will say this, Gemini, this is a really good year for mutable signs. People that can bend and flow in the breeze are going to do a lot better than those people who are real fixated on stuff. And you guys are the original benders. So if you've got changes afoot at work, you have the ability to go with the flow. Now on February 6th, your Aquarius sun will be sextiling Uranus and Aries. So you could get some sudden insights or changes in perspective on your life path. And, you could also be getting some enlightenment from other people around you in terms of their worldview or how their culture works. And it's good to be really open-minded. I mean, we live in a wonderful melting pot here in America, and it is our diversity that makes us great, right? And so it's good to be open to other people's ideas and points of view. You might also, again, be thinking of, should I be going back to school to get where I want to be? And that's something to consider. But you have an awesome opportunity, and we'll talk about this later right now, to, rethink what you want to put out in the world. Okay, so while all of this is going on, we also have Mercury up there in that 8th house. And I want to talk, that 8th house again is transformative, life, birth, death, sex, taxes, inheritances, joint finances, intimacy, the big, big, big things in our life. And Mercury is all about communications. So on the early part of the month, it is going to be sending a bright beam of light called a trine down to Jupiter in the 4th house. So I get the idea that some sort of information is going to be coming through regarding one of those 8th house matters. Now this could be financing for a new home, because Jupiter's in your house of home. It could be, since Jupiter's retrograde, it could be refinancing information or remodeling. So you've got money from your joint accounts to do the remodel you want. Hopefully not, but you could be getting information about someone who's really close to you, who is going through a big divide, a cataclysmic divide in their life. And it's possible you could be getting an inheritance. If so, I'm really sorry that's happening. All I can say is that there is positive energy flow from whatever is going on that will help you in your home life somehow. Whether that's, helping to finance a home, helping joint partners, helping you to get a home business going. That's another thing. Or, again, just that need for you to transform your own life, to transform the psychological roots that you were handed as a kid and saying, I can overcome this. I have the ability to transform how I do things and come out on top. So that's another way this could work out. And of course, it all depends on how we choose to harness that energy. But your 4th house is really important right now, and that's your home, your home, how you live behind closed doors, your closest people in your life, and again, your psychological basement and how you grew up. So on the 6th, we do have a short-lived energy that could be a little disruptive. It's Venus squaring Uranus. You could be having a new-aged avant-garde friend who could be, upsetting the apple cart a little bit for you. Or really this could just be your own desire to shake things up. Or maybe a partner, a close partner, saying, hey, we got to do something different here. This just ain't working. So that's a good time to listen if you're getting those sorts of messages. You do have an awesome ability to manifest what you want right now. So if things aren't working, you can clear the slate and you can start over. Mercury will be trining your north node, and that north node right now is right next to your lucky Jupiter down in that 4th house. And so there is positive energy. And that positive energy is in your home life now and healing those psychological roots and possibly even starting a home business. And so do keep that in mind. I mean, you have the ability to make things happen right now. And that 4th house seems like a good place for things to occur during the month of February. Okay, on the 7th, your energy may feel a little bit erratic on this day. Your Scorpio Mars is going to be squaring up to the sun. So this is two pretty big yang energies kind of going at it at a not comfortable angle. And so I am going to really encourage you, don't stir the pot at work. Don't stir up legal issues with coworkers and unions. This is not a good time for that. If you are having a war on the work front, you really might want to think through that because it could cause some legal issues for you. Now, the other way this could manifest is you might be having some sort of sizzling romance at work too. That's also possible. But again, think about it. This is impacting your house of other people's money. So just keep that in mind. And whatever is going on in that 8th house, the feelings for you are going to run very, very deeply this month because you've got Pluto up there conjunct Venus. So there's going to be a lot of desire energy and maybe even some compulsive, obsessive energy or controlling energy. Pluto likes to control things pretty well. So you could be getting in some... Thanks for the patience. I'm doing this in the neighborhood and the neighbors stopped by. So anyhow, we were talking about your 4th house matters and the fact that a full moon's going to shine a light in there on the 22nd. So emotions are going to come to the forefront and something to do with family matters is going to be highlighted. The best advice I can give you on this is just to gather those who are close to you, who love you and are within your inner circle. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It could be a celebration. But if it is a difficult thing, bring in your female friends, bring in your gal pals, bring in your mom. Those women friends will play a prominent role in, whatever is going on for you. Now, on the 23rd, all of us in the universe are really being asked to heal ourselves. That's the message. Jupiter will be opposite Chiron. And for you, it's that 4th house to the 10th house. So again, issues with parenting, issues with psychological roots, issues with old mental tapes you have going on in your brain that maybe don't serve you so well. All of this stuff is coming to the forefront. And Chiron wants you to heal, wants you to overcome so that you can be the absolute best you can be in the world, whether that is on a career path that can be of service to people or whether it is just healing yourself, mind, body, and spirit. So spirit wants the best for you, and we're being called to work on that healing on the 23rd. And by healing those things, you have the ability to live an inspired life. The universe wants the best for us. Even when we go through difficult times, I do believe the universe wants the best for us. And sometimes that is because we need to grow, we need to change, we need to forgive, we need to let go, whatever it is that we've got to do so that we can shine our light out into the world. And so right now, you are definitely being called to work on that. And working on that will help your outward standing in the world. Now on the 25th, you could be having a serious talk with someone close to you. This could be about financing or intimacy issues. But during this time, it is very important to say what you mean and mean what you say. Though I will add the caveat that, of course, it's not so often what we say, but how we say it that tends to get us into trouble. So you do have to speak from the heart, find a kind way to do so, whatever it is you need to clear the air with. Be truthful, because what you say at this time is going to carry a lot of weight. All right, my dear Gemini rising friends, I just want you to know there is absolutely the right career path for you out there. If you've been struggling like a fish swimming upstream and you just can't seem to find your footing in the world that feels right, it may be time for you to rethink things and go on a different path, and that's okay. You have innate talents, skills, and abilities, and the universe wants you to shine your light out into the world. Focus on healing yourself mind, body, and spirit, and on a deep psychological level. All of these things will help you to be the absolute best that you can be in the world, and we need your skillful talents. All right, that's February's wrap up. Peace and blessings, and namaste. Struggles over power, money, or sex, that's also possible. So just be conscious of that. Now, whatever transformative thing is, lighting up your world right now, I will say on February 9th, you have an awesome opportunity during the new moon, which is an Aquarius, to really contemplate your true life path. A lot of times we stumble into jobs just because we need the money, and then a ways down the road we go, wow, this is just not me. But there is a destiny, there is a calling for all of us, and this is an opportunity for you to plant the seeds for who you want to be in the world. And, tap into that energy and start making steps towards what it is that you want to manifest in the next year. February 10th has a very golden feel to me. Venus, which is your lucky planet, enables you to attract things that you want, is going to be trining Jupiter, another lucky planet, again, down in the 10th house. So the universe wants to bestow some sorts of gifts on you right now, and it has to do with your home life. So, wow, that's pretty wonderful. And also, again, time to work on healing those psychological roots. Doing so will help you with your closest partnerships. So if you get a 401k payout, maybe an inheritance, you could use those things to transform your life. And a home business might be the perfect way to do that. Okay, February 13th. Again, it all comes down to Mars this month. Mars is the sizzling planet. Mars will be sextiling Jupiter on the 6th. So, if you haven't been feeling great, this is a time to lay low at home. Drink hot tea, get well. Maybe you need to take care of someone who's at home. Do it. Take the time that you need. You also could be really pouring energy into starting that home business right now. And if so, congratulations. I think that's brilliant. A lot of people are trying to figure out how to get out of the rat race right now because it is crazy out there. Am I right? Totally crazy. So anyhow, I want to talk a little bit about fourth house matters some more because things are going to be lit up really well down there on February 22nd when we get a full moon in your fourth house in Virgo. So family issues are going to be highlighted. Again, psychological roots, issues about the home. All of these things are going to bring a lot of emotions to the forefront on the 22nd. You could be dealing with an aging parent who you've been taking care of at home. Something to do with parents or home life is going to come to a point of culmination on the 22nd. Now, this could be a very positive. Hold on just a second.